Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, hey, hey, hey. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Spirit Speaks experience. Lovely to have you here. I'm Rosemary Noni Knight. I am the Prosperity Minister and business coach to ambitious spiritual people determined to manifest at least 5 to 10K each and every month whilst living luxuriously in their purpose. I help you leave behind the pain, the limiting beliefs of the past so that you can rise victorious in your true design life. I believe everyone, your true divine life looks like a free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love drenched life. If you will claim it, if you will claim it, okay? So I show you how to combine both practical action with spiritual action or spiritual internal action to create real physical reality results. Okay. So if you want to understand more about how all of that kind of thing works, then you start with a copy of my book, the Money Manifestation Mastery and Strategic Divine Guidance book. You can comment book below or message me with the word book, preferably message me because I will finally see that. And I'll tell you how to get it. I'll send you the link and all of that. Okay. If you're on Instagram, you can actually just look at it on my bio. Okay, so we're going to start by reading our divine download for today. Now, these divine downloads are messages that I receive from the divine. I sit down with the divine every morning, ask for a message from the divine for the wider community, for my paid community, sorry. And they get the most recent messages. Now, what I'm doing at the moment is sharing some of the ones from previous years because I've been doing this for quite a few years, and it really does feel like these messages need to go out to more people. So here we are, we disseminate it. And today's message, here it is. Listen in, close your eyes, get your notebook out, take a moment, listen in, okay? You have a choice over where you place your attention and focus. And in that moment of decision, you create new realities or you can stay in the same old one. Although it may seem the same to you, you are still creating new realities in which you are maintaining, as far as you can consciously perceive, the same situation. In the same way, you can create and consciously choose to see new things. You can consciously choose to focus on new things. All around you, there is so much that you miss because you have chosen to focus on a specific frequency of events and things. Ask to see as I see. Be willing to let go of your ideas of what is real and what is not, particularly as you seek to create a new reality, holding on so tightly to the reality you are trying to let go. It doesn't serve you to do that. Hold it all lightly. Be open to new ways of seeing things. There are always new things to see. Open up your eyes. Okay, so let's dive into that a bit more. So imagine, because I like to speak, I generally tend to work with clients who are already in some kind of a job that they may not be feeling very fulfilled around. And the reason why we're working together, usually if I'm working privately with someone, is to help them make that transition into living or creating an income based on what is already inside of them, their skills, their wisdom, their spiritual insights, their life experience, their expertise, all of that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to somehow, you'll see what I'm talking about here, because we're going to look at somebody who is trapped in what the most of the world would consider to be a good job. Okay, it's a decent job. It's like I was a pharmacist once upon a time, right? Yeah. So they're not destitute. You're not destitute. You're not lying on the floor with nothing at all. Okay. And in some ways, from the outside looking in, there's many reasons for you to be grateful for the life that you have, but inside you feel trapped. Okay, you're underexpressed, you feel tired, you feel possibly resentful as well, because you feel like you have to stay stuck in this job that you do not enjoy because it pays the bills, and so you kind of feel resentful of the fact that you're having to pay all these bills or whatever, because you know there's more to you. Yeah, so this is an example of someone who and the kind of thinking that keeps you trapped in that situation. Okay, because you know you have these skills, this wisdom, this experience, this spiritual insight or self-help knowledge or life experience, and you know it can help people. You would like to be able to create money whilst using all of these things inside of you, but you keep saying things like, I need this job, I don't have time to build anything else, I can't risk my current income, I will get to my purpose work later when I'm more experienced or when I have more time or whatever. And because these thoughts feel so reasonable, you keep focusing on those thoughts. Okay, and because you keep focusing on those thoughts, You keep creating more of the same reality, and you don't realize that you're doing it. But the question for you is this, and okay, as an ambitious spiritual person, the chances are you do have an inkling that there is more for you. But you are so used to focusing in to this specific reality that you struggle to let it go. Okay. You, because there is a reality where you are creating an income using what is inside of you. But again, if you are trapped in a certain way of thinking, you can't see it. It feels like a pipe dream. It feels like a wish, a childlike wish that people like you don't get to have. So, how can you shift out of this way of thinking? And this applies, okay, yes, I'm talking specifically about clients who have made that transition. But you know what? You could be in a relationship that this is happening. It could be your body, this is happening, where all you see is your current situation. And yes, you long for something more, but it really does feel like something way out there and that you cannot access. How can you make that shift? And that's what these four keys I'm going to talk you through will bring you to. So, number one, you need to admit that there are things you are missing in your current circumstances. Okay. Admit that there are things you are missing in your current circumstances. The divine says in that download, all around you, there is so much that you miss because you have chosen to focus on a specific frequency of events and things. Because you have chosen to focus on a specific frequency of events and things. Because so when you're trapped in that good job or whatever, you tend to think that you're seeing things clearly. You think this is the responsible choice. This is the safe path. This is the realistic option. It's the best I can do. Okay. And you know, I've looked at it from every angle and this is all I can do. If there was another option, I would have taken it. Of course I would have. You know, why would I keep myself trapped? Except that's you fighting for your limitation. Okay. That is you fighting for your limitation. Because the truth is, you are capable, you are hardworking, you are, you know, you are intelligent. If you could do it based on the current information you have, based on the current frequency that you are tapped into, you would have done it. But there is something you're missing, or else you need to understand that you would not have a vision that you are incapable of bringing to life. The divine isn't that horrible. You're not horrible to yourself either, okay? But you may not yet understand that you created this. but but the divine is not that horrible to you. That they give you this vision, and then it's like you can never have it. It's not true. That's not true. So the moment you have a vision that you are not accomplishing in your current the way you're doing your current life, then you need to at this point admit there's something I'm missing because I know I'm capable of that. I know because I can see this vision. My vision is my permission. I'm capable of my calling. So because I know this, the fact that I see this vision means that it is possible for me to reach that goal. The fact that I'm not reaching that goal means there is something I'm missing that is keeping me here. So you need to admit that, or else, yes, like a lot of people do, they fight for their limitations. Of course, I wouldn't keep myself trapped. Of course, if there was a way, I would have done it. Of course, it's like, okay, you can keep fighting with me if you want to, but is that getting you where you want to go? Is it getting you anywhere close to where you want to go? Because there is something you're missing, which is why you're stuck. Okay. So because once you think that you know everything and it's all fine, then all you're continually creating is this idea of I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't have the time. I need this job. I can't risk anything, you know. And people like me just don't get to do that stuff. And I still remember being that person, feeling like that when I was going through my 4 years of the blank, 4 years of depression after I went bankrupt, as a pharmacist, for goodness sake. And I went bankrupt and all of this stuff. And there was something I was missing, but I would not have admitted it at that point. Are you holding yourself back because you keep fighting for your own limitations? Again, if you are not where you want to be, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're crazy. That's a rhyme. It is simply because you're missing something. And you need to admit that in order to get help to move forward. Or at least to recognize that all you're seeing is not all there is. So, first and foremost, the first key is admit that you're missing something. The second key is ask the divine to show you what you're missing, to show you what you cannot see. Okay? The divine goes on to say, ask to see as I see. Be willing to let go of your ideas of what is real and what is not. And this is it. This is where you stop trying to solve your whole entire life with the same mindset that created your current life. Of course, it's not going to work. You need to ask the divine, please show me the purpose led income path that I can't yet see. Show me how to use my time more efficiently to create the life that I want. And then you can affirm one of two things: I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to see things differently. Or another one that I like, and yeah, that I've been using for a while, is I see as you see. I feel, and this is me speaking to the divine. I see as the divine sees. I see as you see. I feel as you feel. I think as you think. I act as you act. I am all that you are. Remember, we're one with the divine, right? We get the opportunity to look through the divine's eyes if you're willing to try, if you're willing to see that there's something missing. So I see as you see. I feel as you feel. I think as you think. I act as you act. I am all that you are. And then expect some kind of answer. Don't expect that. Don't just say it and then, oh well, I'll just carry on with my regular. No, expect an answer. Expect an answer. Expect to start receiving new perceptions. And then don't be surprised when you start receiving those new perceptions. Okay? Don't be surprised when you start receiving them because they're new. They are new. They're going to look different. They're going to feel different from what you're used to. They are new. You're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable with the new. That's okay. Just because they're new, just because they're unusual, doesn't mean that they're wrong. Okay. So you're going to get some new ideas, some new thoughts, some new nudges, some new angles, because this is where some ambitious spiritual people cancel themselves out because they get the new idea, they start to see as the divine sees, and it's like, what now? And so then they think, oh, I'm just making it up. Are you? Or is that what you asked for? Are you getting what you asked for, but you're telling yourself it's not possible? So you're still not quite admitting that something is missing. So you start to see things from different angles. You start to see new opportunities for advancement. Notice them when you see them, okay? Because they will come. Because maybe you suddenly realize that you already know the exact topic that you should be teaching on or creating a course around or something in order to help people. And that will then you can see this whole marketing strategy coming up inside of your head. But it might be unusual to you. Don't immediately shut it down. Or maybe you see how you can use an hour of your day a bit differently, or 90 minutes. I used to have this whole thing. In fact, I still do the 90-minute plan on how you can just, in 90 minutes a day, really change your life and move out of, because it was the 90-minute marketing plan or something. I put a whole lead magnet together around it. Okay. So that could be something you start to see how you can use your time a bit differently from the way that you have been using it. Or maybe you're seeing that you need to work with someone. There's someone like me. It's because you're too close to the situation to see where change can come from. Because if you say, I see as you see, I feel as you feel, I think as you think, I act as you act, I'm all that you are, and you still can't seem to find any way to move forward, and I can almost definitely tell you this is because you're blocking it, then get help. That might be the next step for you. Get help. There's no shame in asking for support, for goodness sake. there's only unnecessary suffering in refusing to admit that there's just something you're missing and you can't see it. But remember this though, the divine will not force you to see what you refuse to admit might exist. So if you refuse to admit that there's something you're missing, the divine isn't going to force you to see it. Okay? The divine isn't going to, you always have free will. Always have free will. So you can't blame the divine if if you're refusing to see things. What we do want to do, we do want to take certain what's it called, responsibility of what's showing up. No blame. It's just, okay, if I'm not seeing something, get help so that I can see. Because there is a way. There needs to be that certainty inside of you that that vision is your permission. It is yours to create. And when you have that certainty inside of you, then you're not, stop kind of cowering behind, oh, but maybe there's just no way. There is a way. You're just not seeing it. And that's what you're asking the divine to show you. And sometimes that support comes through getting help from somebody else. You need to admit that there is another way. There's something I'm missing. There is a way, and ask to see. Okay, please, 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 let me emphasize this here. Don't only use this if you are reaching for a next level goal and you're not quite getting there. You're trying hard and you can't quite get there. Because sometimes ambitious, well, not necessarily ambitious spiritual people, but spiritual people can sometimes use this whole, I know I'm missing something, so I'm going to be searching for something that I'm missing forever, and I'm searching, I'm clearing, and I'm healing, and I'm clearing, and I'm healing, and nothing changes ever in their whole life because they're always clearing and healing, but never getting anywhere. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. And we are powerful enough to create something that you're missing if you keep looking for something that you're missing. So, so this only applies for people who know that, yeah, I'm done with being stuck in a life that is far less than my true potential. I know I'm meant for more. Okay. In which case, if you are not at that more, it is because there is something you're missing and the divine can show it to you, or you can get help. Well, the divine can point you in the direction of where to get help. There is a way to move forward. So that's number two, is ask the divine to show you your next step. Number three, the third key here is dare to act differently from normal. I've kind of mentioned this already, but I'll say it again because this is not just about theories here. I'm not just sharing theories with you. It's just so that you feel a little bit good and a little bit like, oh, I'm so inspired. Yeah, okay. I want you to be inspired, but I also want you to recognize that in this community, it is both practical action and internal action. So the soothing and the feeling inspired is great internal stuff because even that is an action. So that's something to bear in mind that even your feelings are an action. When you realize that you are a divine being having a human experience, you realize that action is not just physical. Okay? Action is not just physical. Remember this. Anyway, so dare to act in a different way from normal. So it's lovely to ask for the guidance. It's lovely to journal about it. It's lovely to get a lovely divine download about it all and to feel excited about how everything is going to change and all of that. But yeah, you also have to take action. Yes, there's the internal action, but there's almost always, when you're trying to create a goal in the physical reality, there will almost always be a physical reality action as well. And that may prove quite uncomfortable. It's all right having great thoughts inside and imagining and looking at your vision board and all of that. It's another thing when the rubber hits the road and you actually have to show up in the real world. And even though it makes you feel uncomfortable to do certain things, because of course it's going to be something a little bit outside of your comfort zone, or else you probably have already been doing it, right? So it doesn't make it wrong just because you're uncomfortable. It might feel strange. It doesn't make it wrong. It might feel risky. It doesn't make it wrong. It might feel, awkward and unnatural and clumsy and scary and ridiculous even, and it still doesn't make it wrong. Okay. Think about writing with your less dominant hand. So you write with your right hand normally, and you decide, I'm going to practice writing with my left because I want to see what happens. It's going to feel uncomfortable to begin with, right? It's going to feel weird. Doesn't make it wrong. It just means that you're learning a new way. You're training in a new pathway. Okay, and that's the same thing that happens when you're trying to create a whole new reality, because you're used to acting from, well, I have to just do this job. I can't risk my income. I don't have time. I have all these responsibilities, and I'll get to my purpose work later. That's your normal way. Now you're trying to say, no, you know what? I'm going to build this income path alongside my current life. Yeah, it might feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm going to use what I already know. Oh my God, to make money. People might think I'm crazy. People might think I'm crazy, or people may not want it, and then they'll feel like it's rejecting me, and blah, blah. All of that stuff is going to happen. You're going to feel uncomfortable, which is why I say you need to dare to do something different. I can speak to one person now. I can write that one post now. Yeah. It might feel odd. It might feel like you're pretending. It might feel like a fraud to begin with, unrealistic, and all of that stuff. But start those little acts of those different acts. They add up. They add up. They add up. They add up. And you don't even have to just add. It doesn't always have to even just be things that take you towards your goal. Sometimes just to get yourself used to being slightly uncomfortable, brush your teeth in a different bathroom. Wear something different. Take a different route to work. Just this is you telling yourself, I'm ready to do different things. As I'm ready to see things differently, I'm also ready to start acting differently. I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to be more. I'm ready to experience different things from what I'm used to. Okay? Yeah. Take some time to sit down with your vision, with the gifts you have inside of you, to list them out and decide, which of these am I going to start to work with. Write down some kind of offer idea. Send a message to someone. Ask somebody, hey, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? Do things that stretch you a little. It doesn't have to be major, big things, but do something to show your subconscious mind that, yeah, I am willing to see things differently. I am willing to act differently. I am ready for change. I'm no longer just reacting to the physical reality. I am creating my own reality, as I always have been anyway, but now I'm aware of it. So, I am becoming that person who acts from the reality I see within me, not just reacts to the one outside of me. Okay. That's how we begin. And then the fourth key here is keep going past that point where you would normally quit. Keep going past that point where you would normally quit. And this is a big one because a lot of ambitious spiritual people, you start things. You start things because you know you're meant for something more. You start something more. You start the business. You write the post. You create the offer. You make the decision. You feel the excitement. You're starting this new reality, and then you hit what is called the terror barrier. It's not always like terrifying. Oh no. Sometimes it's subtle, but it is the terror barrier. It's the point where things start to feel quite tense, where you feel quite exposed, uncertain, uncomfortable. Yeah, huh? You know that point? You start to wonder, suppose it doesn't work? What if people think I'm stupid? What if I'm just wasting my time, giving all my time to this thing that is never going to work anyway? What if I lose the income that I built over years to get to this point? What if I lose my family? What if I lose my loved ones? What if I just can't do it? What if I'm just dreaming about this thing? What if I do it and then I find I don't like it? Then what? What do I do? So when these thoughts start to kind of appear in your head, they're not always, again, they're quite sometimes quite subtle because a doubt can always seem quite logical. So next thing you know, you're running back to the old life. Outwardly, you may not, nothing may look that different. You just start to say things like, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'll come back to this later. Yeah, I just need to research some more. I just need to get a little bit more clarity around this particular thing. Oh, look at that course over there. If I get that course, I'm sure it will bring that clarity that I know I need right now. Or just give me some time. I just need to wait until work calms down or something." But ultimately, what that means is that you hit that terror barrier and you're running back. You're pulling back. You're pulling back from where you said you were going to go. But this is the thing. When you keep doing this cycle of starting, and then you hit the terror barrier, then you run back, then you recover, but you've lost some confidence, but then you try again anyway. But you hit that same point, you pull back again, you lose even more confidence. And each time you do this, you feel less and less confident, more and more self-doubt because you keep stopping at the very point where you need to become that someone new that is really creating this life that you say is possible. And that is also why support is critical because you don't always know you're doing this. As I said, it's sometimes quite subtle. You do start saying things like, "Oh, I'm just a bit busy. Oh, I just didn't have time today. I was just so tired, and I have to love myself." Basically, and, the last time I burnt out, and I don't want that to happen again. Okay. And so next thing you know, and this for me, pre-children, this was me. Every time things got a little bit tough, a little bit hard, I would gently stop doing the thing that I knew I wanted to do, that I knew I wanted to do, that you want to do, and yet you stop when you hit the terror barrier. Maybe you didn't have a name for it, but that's it. That's the terror barrier. But you have to keep going past it, past the point of comfort into your next thing. Okay. So again and again, you keep choosing that new reality until it's real. It's real enough in the physical reality. Yeah. Okay. So those are the four things. And the divine goes on to say you have a choice over where you place your attention and focus. And in that moment of decision, you create new realities or you stay in the same one. So will you create new realities or will you keep maintaining the same one? Because even if your life looks the same today as it did yesterday, you are still creating it, okay? You're just simply creating a new version of the exact same pattern over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now that you've admitted that you recognize that you're missing something, you've asked the divine for support, you're getting those inklings, or you've gotten support to show you what you're missing and what you can do to move forward. You're daring to move forward and you're staying the path. You are creating a whole new reality just by making those choices over and over and over again. The divine goes on to say there are always new things to see. Open up your eyes. So open up your eyes, hold the old reality lightly. Stop gripping it as if it's your only source. It isn't. Grip onto the divine. Grip onto you and the divine. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with the divine. Fall in love with your vision. Let the physical reality do what the physical reality is doing. You have decided that you are going to live the life that you are meant for, life in all its fullness. In which case, it doesn't matter what the physical reality is doing because you are the authority in your life. Remember, you are the God of your life, partnered with the God of all life. You are powerful, you are limitless, you are never alone. Okay? So, okay. So we're going to finish by saying the love prayer. But before that, remember, if you would like to know more about the work that I do and all of that, get a copy of the Money Manifestation Mastery and Strategic Divine Guidance book. Okay? You can message me the word book and I'll find a way of getting that link to you. Give me some time. I don't automate any of these things. So you need to bear in mind for when I notice. Okay, so here we are. Let's start. Let's end by saying the love prayer together. So I will open that up and we can say it together, assuming I can find it. I should have done this beforehand. Okay, going back to the start. Okay, hands on heart. Your love dissolves all layers of doubt. Your love dissolves all layers of fear. Your love keeps me focused. Your love keeps me clear. Your love dissolves all layers of guilt. Your love dissolves all layers of shame. Your love keeps me focused. Your love keeps me in the game. Your love dissolves all layers of regret. Your love dissolves all layers of despair. Your love restores my hope, my peace, my joy. Your love restores my youth and my years. Your love dissolves all resentment. Your love dissolves all hate. Your love dissolves any bitter root within me. Your love rebuilds my self trust and my faith. Your love flows freely through me right now, resolving, dissolving, evolving. Your love flows freely through me right now, harmonizing and adjusting. Your love flows freely through me right now, resolving, dissolving, evolving. Your love makes me magnetic to the desires of my heart. Take a moment, see those desires, flow love to them. See love, light, whatever, however you choose to see love, flooding through those desires in your heart. You are becoming magnetic to the physical reality of those things. I feel your love propelling me forward into greater and greater financial prosperity right now. Money, wealth, riches are flooding into my life from everywhere and in great abundance with ease and with speed. Thank you. Okay, guys, until the next time, go forth and prosper. Much, much, much amazing love. Bye.